get us up in the morning and be ready.
Yes.
I know holidays are coming, but we're still gonna go
Oh,
through it.
yes.
Yes.
We are
We
we
can
are live. I
stop.
think we are live.
We are live.
Hey, awesome.
We
Good
are
morning,
live.
Good
everyone.
morning. Happy Monday.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Monday. Oh my gosh, we are just
We are
2 weeks
live.
away from holidays. It's crazy how
We are
fast.
live.
Yes.
Super fast, guys. So next, very much a blink of the eye and we're in Thanksgiving, no? We are just
Yes.
2 weeks
Right.
away. Everybody ready for the holidays?
In my
Yes,
house,
Yeah.
it's time. Christmas trees up, everything. I'm ready.
Wow.
Ready.
Wow.
Ready,
Nice.
ready.
Roll that R, Norma. Roll that R.
I born ready, baby. Whatever you tell me.
I
love that, Norma.
We'll give you a few more minutes for people to join us in this amazing Monday. And I hope everybody's ready for the cold weather tomorrow. We're going to have a little preview
Nice.
of Winter
Yes.
Wonderland in Central Florida with 29 degrees.
Holy
Nice.
moly.
Yeah.
Good for a change.
No boots out. No chancleta with socks, guys.
No
I
chancletas.
enjoy it, guys. Over here in Key
Jesus.
West is still chancleta time.
Yeah, I know. It's a
But we need some cold
Floridian.
weather.
Well, for you in Key West, I don't think you're going to feel it. But
Oh, they're going down to 50s.
Yeah, it's going down to the
Florida.
50s
So it's-
south.
yeah, but at 50, I can still using chancletas.
Those who don't know
Love you,
chancletas, those are
Normindy.
sandals with socks. That's the typical Floridian weather gear here in Florida. They will wear a heavy coat, but they can't give up in their sandals with socks. So for those who
Yes.
been in
love
Florida
sandals
for a little
socks.
bit, they definitely it's funny to see those around, but
And if you're a millennial, then you use Crocs, right?
You-
Crocs.
Yeah.
Crocs, yes.
which is more acceptable actually.
Those Crocs. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Than the typical regular flip-flops
Yeah.
with socks. I rather do the Crocs than that.
Have you seen that now they have those socks when it's like kind of finger shaped?
Yes.
Oh really?
Oh
Yeah.
So you can
Oh,
use the
Jesus.
flip-flop like that. Like the flip-flop goes in.
Oh, that's something new, something new. Well, guys, good morning. Good morning. We want to welcome everybody to this Mindset Monday. I hope everybody is ready, ready to start the week, guys. We are just few days away from Thanksgiving, and that means say the guys that we are, like I mentioned before, and we're really, as you guys have been probably watching the news, there's a lot of need this year more than any other year. So what we're asking everyone in
Yes.
this call to please help us collect some items to be able to donate to those in need. This is a food items. We can share on the chat the items that we're going to be needing. Each office is going to be collecting them. I know at Nona we already have baskets. We have baskets in Premier, and I believe Cesar Magda also has their baskets
Yes.
in Orlando office. And guys, anything that you can donate, $10, $5, $20. So the idea is $45, but if you cannot make that 45, any donation helps. So we can be able to put these baskets together. So again, for Nona office is going to be on the 18th is our due date to be able to drop off those donation. Call us. You're working with an inspector. You're working with the poll guy. Ask them, please, if for help us to donate. So again, Nona is going to be the 18th. The 19th will be a premiere, and Orlando office is the 21st.
Well,
Those
no. You're talking about for the deadline to provide to get
Right.
the deadline's the 18th. That deadline's the
18th.
18th for us here at the Orlando office.
So again, Orlando office the 18th. You have a potluck on the 21st, and
Yeah, our potluck is 21st.
Yeah, the 21st.
So again, next week is a busy week because we have potluck on the 18th and Nona, 19 and Premiere. The 20 is the Do It Now with Joe La Rosa, which I hope everybody already gathered tickets. And then the next day, you guys have the potluck.
21st in Orlando, yes. 21st
So
at
again,
Random.
and the 22nd, November 22nd is the day that we go out there and we will need volunteers too
Yes.
to be able to deliver this basket. We're all gonna get
Mhm.
together at Celebration Office. So please mark your calendar. That's gonna be early in the morning, 10 a.m. on the 22nd, so we can go ahead and be able to deliver the baskets. Rosalia, we're gonna be I'm gonna reshare the list on this chat, and I'm also gonna share on the office chat, so you will have the complete list there. If you can go out shopping, just send us a donation, and we'll be glad to do that shopping for you.
Correct.
But again, please help us this year because I know there's so many people in need. Also, if you know anyone, it could be, you know, a lot of times even ourselves or anyone that work in the office and is in need of donation, let us know so we can help it. We don't need to disclose the name. We don't need to disclose, you know, who they are. We just, you know, give us an address. That's all we need, an address to be able to drop off those baskets.
Yes.
That's all I have. What else we have? December 12th. Mark in your calendars, guys. December 12th is a Christmas party. Please go to my agent account. You're welcome to bring a +1 to this one. So go to my agent account, register, and let's celebrate because this is it. We have just 2 weeks, pretty much this week, 2 work week in December, and the year
It's
the
over.
It's so
is over. So there's a lot.
2026. 2026 around the corner.
We got just very few days left. This week, as you guys know, we're part of Evolution Network in English, and we're gonna be away from Thursday to Sunday. We're gonna be on a cruise, so super excited. Again,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be a work cruise. So we
Yeah, you gotta work.
A
Yeah.
work through, no, yes.
Yeah, it's
During
gonna
the
be
day,
work.
we might have a little cocktail at night, but during the day, we're definitely gonna be planning ahead of time and being able to provide you guys with enough resource to start your 2026.
Yeah.
So again, it's gonna be a great time to reconnect and put all these ideas into action. So if you have any suggestions, because I love on Leadership Friday, we always get suggestions too. So any suggestions to our Mindset Monday is always welcome because we always looking to improve. And if you want to be part of the panel, guys, just let us know. Part of the
Yep.
panel, I want to participate. You know, we have Jorge, Wanda, and Eric. They're always here participating and help us guide the calls. You can be one of those as well. And being able to step up a little bit in your game and be part of the, you know, meetings in the office, be able to teach classes, be able to create your own team. We will help you create and help you downline. There's so much you can do when you just raise your hand and volunteer. So again, guys, thank you everyone for being here. And now, Caesar, what do we have today?
How's everybody doing?
Hi.
We are good. We are
That's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Thank you for the announcements, Priscilla. Well, we're gonna start off. We want to talk about today is resilience in writing your story when life says no. But before I get into that, because it has to do a little bit with what we're gonna get into. The reason why we have a lot of guests come into the Mindset Monday is because, you know, when we hear others going through certain things and how they overcame those things, it allows us to kind of remember the moments that we overcome situations that we've had in our past, and at the same time it kind of gives us a push. It keeps us a little motivation to move forward in regards to what we're dealing with, because every single person on this Zoom is dealing with something. We all deal with something. We're not what's the word I'm looking for? We're not exempt from anything in essence. So we all have to kind of deal with the things that we deal with the best way we can. And that's why we do this Mindset Mondays, because it starts here in our mind. And the idea is that at least that we can help and push a little bit with the guests that we bring onto the panel here to kind of inspire and motivate everyone. Now, with that said, you know, we also another way we can do this is by bringing stories in the sense of others that have gone through certain things and how they've dealt with them and how they've overcame those. So that's kind of the idea behind today's Mindset Monday, because we want to talk about who has ever heard of the J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter.
Who's a hard part?
Me.
Everybody? All right, perfect.
I think it's
I know
everybody,
some.
yeah.
I know you guys gotta heard about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But
Harry
does
Potter,
anybody know
yeah.
her story? Does anybody know her story? Because when I was reading her story, it kind of related a lot to some of the things that we deal with as agents in certain to a certain extent. Of course, everybody has different circumstance, but we deal with certain specific things. So before everything had came up, before she became the global phenomenon, before the Harry Potter books, before Epic now that has, well, Universal Studios has Epic, all of that. She was a single mother living on government assistance at the time while she was writing these books. On government assistance, single mother. And at the same time, she was battling depression. And that is something that, of course, whether we like to admit or not, we all deal with some type of, when we're sad, when we're down because things are not going our way. So, the way how this relates to us in the sense, like, for example, single mother, I know plenty of other agents within the company that, and without the company, outside the company that are single moms, single dads as well, families struggling through certain situations because we all know how difficult this business can be.
Yes.
This business, it is not easy at all.
No.
The perception they give us when we take the class
Oh, yes.
of how we're automatically gonna go ahead and the phone's gonna ring when we get that license, that is not the case at all. I wish it was like that, believe me. We all wish it was that easy, but we all know that this business is very, 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 very hard. And it's something that
And demanding.
and demanding too, and very demanding.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and of course, some of us work 9 to 5, some of us work full-time jobs as well. So this is something that we can all relate to in regards to the her story, in regards of, single mom living under assistance, because the concept is the same. Now, one thing while she was writing these books, while she was writing, she used to go to cafes and write and write and write. And one of the biggest things that was very thing for me when I read the story was the fact that she got rejected 12 times from 12 different publishers. 12 times. 12 times. So imagine that being rejected 12 times on something that you're very passionate about, and you continue pushing through and you still get rejected. How does that ring a bell to us in regards to the things that we do on a daily basis?
Those phone calls.
Yeah.
Especially the
Phone
cold
calls.
calls.
We have in our business, phone calls,
Yeah.
everything.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah. And the thing is that, in the process of doing real estate, we get rejected. Like, what's the average calls that we have to make to a online lead when we're actually reaching out to them? Anywhere between 10 to 13 times we need to be reaching out.
12
When
to
we
1.
plan on
Yep.
the Growth Summit, GM mentioned in there that on average he's making 13 calls per lead. 13 calls per lead before they actually either tell him to go somewhere else, or they block him, or they actually start working with him, So the biggest thing that now how we bring this into our mindset, is pretty much understanding is, what are we choosing to believe? What are we choosing to believe? Because that's why it's so important that we establish that why. That's why it's so important that we establish that purpose, that why we got into the business, and not forget about that. Because the thing is that we have to choose to believe that our story matters, that the things that you put in place, that you want to succeed, that you want to accomplish, those things do actually matter. When no one else thinks they do. Because the thing is that we had one time, one Mindset Monday was called "No One's Coming to Save You." Really, no one's coming to save you. No
Yes.
one's gonna come and do the work for you. No one's gonna come do those things. That's why you have to have a strong, powerful why, in the sense of why you're doing this. That way we can continue to believe and continue to choose to believe that story, because of the fact that, no one's gonna be there for us in the sense of, go pick up that phone call, make that extra call, make that. And that's the reason why we keep these Mindset Mondays going, is because we want to be able to partake. We want to be able to partake in your journey, in the sense that we are able to at least take you to the next step if 1 week you're down, maybe this week it helped you to at least take that extra step upwards towards your goals in some way, shape, or form. Because sometimes that's all we need. It's just one little push to kind of take us up the stairs.
Sure.
So, some of the things I want to discuss today is how we can take rejection and redirect it. That's one way we can. One of the topics I want to discuss that today. The other thing is also purpose. It has to be stronger than our circumstances, because the thing is that a lot of times we fall into our circumstances and we just let it just pile on top of us, and it just keeps us down and down the circumstances. But the thing is that we have to remember that we're not the only ones going through circumstances. And that's why I love when we hear other guests and these type of stories, is because we're not exempt from this. We're not exempt from circumstances. Things are going to happen. But what are we choosing to believe in? What are we choosing every day to
How we react.
exactly
when
how we
that
react? I love that. Thank you. How we react to the situation, to the circumstances. That way,
Yes.
we don't fall victim to those circumstances, because then that's when we fall into that rabbit hole of depression, fall into the rabbit hole of your mindset in the gutter, and everything's coming out of your mouth is not a positive thing. It's always something negative, and we have to speak life into us. We have to speak life, because our tongue is extremely, extremely powerful. Now, the other topic is, with this, I guarantee you that when she was going through that, she had to have faith that it was going to work out, that it was going to be, that it was going to happen, even after she got rejected 12 times, because it only took one. And sometimes in our business, it only takes that one.
Yeah.
It takes that one lead that actually makes a difference and takes us on a different trajectory in our business, in our career, in our personal life, in everything. Just that one lead.
Right.
We have to have faith that can come.
And you know what? She almost gave up. That was the last
yeah.
chance. She said, I'm gonna go to this one because I gotta try. Because everybody was telling her, stop, don't do it no more, because this is something that is not going to work. And she has faith.
But she chose to believe in herself. She chose to believe that her purpose mattered instead of believing in her circumstance. And I know there's a lot of stories within this within the Zoom that they were ready to give up, that you were ready to just throw in the towel. And someone's laughing already, because I know one. Someone's ready.
No, sometimes I say no more. Next day, okay, let me try it again. Let me do it again.
So,
This is a feel everybody's feeling.
so that is something that is there's stories for
Resilience.
everyone. There's tons of stories that everyone's gone through. They're ready to just to quit and move forward. Now, the last point, which I think is the toughest one, which is you got to keep writing your story, even when it hurts, because the whole thing
Yes.
is that the circumstances are going to hurt. They're gonna feel uncomfortable. We got to look at it from a standpoint of we're growing. Those are like growing pains, but we have to choose to believe that it does matter. It does matter, because the purpose you have and the why you put down in regards to why you're doing this, whether it's for your family, whether it's for freedom, financial freedom, whatever, those are the normal ones that we always hear. But sometimes as you're doing this, that changes as we're doing the business, and you start looking at different ways that we can go ahead and figure out, on why we wake up every single morning. We have to really find that idea of why we're waking up every morning, to make sure that we're choosing that. Because if we wake up and we have no idea of what's happening, or what we're going to be doing, or where we're headed to, it's hard to choose when you don't know where you're supposed to be going. It's hard to choose that, and understanding that does matter. So let's go back to that point of,
As you
how
said, she
can we-
started as a single mom, no money, government assistant, and where is she now?
Look at that.
Multi-million.
Yes.
So
Well,
it's
single
just
mom,
community.
no money, but with a huge imagination.
Those
Because
imagination.
that is not Cinderella or Snow White. This is a Harry Potter.
It's
It's
true story.
pretty complicated and dark. She's amazing.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
why
so-
in the beginning, I think people don't understand what is the story.
Yeah.
Because most of the time we always see is the outcome, but we don't really necessarily see the journey that took there. And that's why I wanted to bring this story, because I think this story resonates a lot with what we do as a business. And I love what you said, Norma, about the imagination, because we have to have an imagination when it comes to this in regards to and believing of where the potential that we could be, because sometimes we do have a challenge. I'm gonna tell you, I had a challenge with that, and sometimes I still deal with the challenge with that when it comes to imagining and seeing where I could potentially be, or how I
Imagine
could
yourself accomplish
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just something that we have to have that imagination. So going back to the first point, that way we don't lose track of the topic, how we can the rejection, how can we redirect that? Because in our business, we have so much rejection and so much no and so much dilemma sometimes. How can then we redirect? How can we redirect those no's and reframe our mindset so we can go ahead and still move forward even during those rejections, just like she's had 12 rejections before she got that one that changed her life,
Right.
just like we can have our one that can change our entire life.
Correct.
Well, I wanted to say that the best thing and the first thing we gotta do is go to our why, and gotta be a big one. And for her, it was a big one because she was a single mom and she knows she needs to provide to her child. So, and believe in the process and have faith, because she believed in the process. She actually wrote the 7 books before to publish the first one. Why? Because she knew, she believed in herself. She knew that that she doesn't have any choice. She got to do it. So I think that's it. Just believe in yourself, push hard enough to let somebody to open the door, and somebody's going to open the door if we knock enough.
She
So
didn't give up, which is
yeah,
one
never
of the
give up.
amazing
Never
things.
give up.
Resilience. That's
Resiliency. Yes.
It's
That's the
not
word.
about never failing. It's about refusing not to stay down. And
Correct.
that's something that we definitely can relate in the business.
Correct.
Yes.
I want to say so because I have someone that raised their hand right now. Well, the one that's raised her hand is Wanda Turner. You mind if I say like a snippet really quick before
Yeah.
you say it?
No,
Really
no,
quick?
go ahead.
Because the thing is that I met Wanda a long time ago, a while back when she used to work, when she had a job. And I don't want to take the thing from her, but we had some conversations before in the past that I'm gonna let her share, but that's a perfect example of someone that redirected her create redirection, and I believe that she's in the best spot where she saw herself when we first had that conversation a long time ago, before she made the commitment, before she did the jump. So Wanda, go ahead. You have your raised hand, so we want to hear your story.
Yes, well, my story, I still like, it
In the work in progress.
it's still progress.
Under
It's still
construction.
writing it. And
Good.
it's about the mindset now, like the why, the mindset of if you don't have the mindset, it doesn't matter what people say. Before, when back then people used to say, but why don't but what are you doing working with it, but I wasn't ready. At that time for me to just quit my 8 to 5 job and move on to this. And it got me to the point that, okay, it's my time, I'm gonna do this. But then you and like you said about resilience, and I started this year and I started strong, and I'm like, doing everything that I supposed to do, and I'm like, by now I'm like 12 houses sold, this
Awesome.
year. And I'm not there yet. I'm not there. My expect like what I expected, the results are not there. And then I'm gonna start questioning myself, like, why, like, what is going on? What happened? Like, at that point of, like, kind to like drop it, like, what am I doing? But looking at the resilience and the mindset and how do you handle in the nose is that I think my input on my mind is like, I'm giving you, I'm helping you achieve the best, dream of, home ownership, you becoming a homeowner. So I'm helping you, I'm guiding you, I'm educating you, I'm giving the information. So the no's are like, okay, if you don't want to receive what I'm giving you, that's on you, but this is something that I'm giving you that is really valuable. And
Fulfilling.
trying to help you. So that's how I
Kind of overcame, trying to help you get through that process
yes,
of
yes.
everything. But I want to say something that you mentioned and you kind of just kind of ran over it too very fast, was the part of you mentioned that you weren't ready and that you were ready to quit your 9 to 5, but you actually quit your 9 to 5. You know that there's a ton of people that even when they're ready, when they think they're ready, they still don't quit their job. They still don't make the leap of faith in regards to, in regards to their goals and their dreams because of the fact that they're scared. And it's a completely understandable fear. It's a completely understandable feeling to be afraid of leaving the comfort of the consistency, the comfort of certain things. But is in those uncomfortable spots where we continue to grow even further. Because the whole thing about it is, if you would have never taken that jump, if you would have never had that in the imagination, as we're talking about, to actually see yourself not working in the 9 to 5, that you actually saw yourself doing your own thing and actually being able to provide for your family in the way you imagined it to be, that it would be not working through 9 to 5, working for somebody else, and actually building something for yourself. And now that you're helping other people, do you think it was the best decision you made?
Oh yes, yes,
There you go.
yes.
Yes, you sure did.
Yes.
And I can relate to that because of the fact that I was there too. I was one to quit cold turkey. It took me 6 months to sell my first house. 6 months. 6 months to sell my first house. And there's a lot of other things that were going on there in our personal life during that time that, I could share another moment, but that was something that was very hard. And imagine you haven't worked in 6 months, you haven't made no money, and now you make a
Right.
check. What do you think is gonna happen to all that money? It's gonna go to everything that you've been backed up in. But it took that one deal to push you through to continue going. And now it's been almost 15 years, you know? And it's something, of course, we can always improve, but we have to remember that we have to remember the good moments. We can't always focus on the bad moment, because there's always going to be circumstances. So that's why it's so important for us to redirect our nose, redirect our mindset into a mindset of, okay, but let's remember the good moments. Let's remember when I made the leap of faith. Let's remember when I did those moments, because I've done that already. I did that. Sometimes we fail to remember the things that we've
Correct.
accomplished so far, and when we fail to remember those moments, is we fall into this rabbit hole that's not good,
Yeah,
because we have
smelling
to
the roses.
remember where we accomplished. We have to remember the things that we've been able to do, so we can continue moving forward. Because if not, shoot, there's gonna be plenty of stuff to keep us back.
Yeah, it's called. I call it home smell the roses. Every time you go back and remember that. Cheryl, we have
Definitely.
Cheryl, we have Eric and myself. So let's go with Cheryl.
I love what you just mentioned, Caesar, because I can relate so much. For example, you guys know I love open house, but you cannot imagine how many people gets to my head like open house doesn't work. Open house, like from 10 people, nine tell me that doesn't work. And I don't care. I just keep doing it. And people ask me, how do you do when you go to an open house and nobody goes to those open houses? That happens all the time. And I fail all the time. Yeah, that happens to me. What I do, I just use that time to record the house, record some content, just
Exactly.
see what's going on in the news so I can use that to post it. I call some my leads. I use that excuse just to connect with them. So there's a ton of stuff that you can do in an open house. And incredible, when you're super busy, that's when people start getting, is that a like that type of
Exactly.
attraction that when you're busy, that's when people wants to come.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and the only thing I want to say is that if you know that La Legion um is something that you like, that you think you're good at, that you think it works, don't change it. Just keep doing. I remember Wanda and I were talking the other day, and I love that she mentioned that she likes the seminar and she can see there's a lot of potential there. And she is already doing it and she likes it and she's doing good there. Um,
Yes, she is.
she is, she's doing
Yes.
amazing. And I know that from 10 people, 9 people are telling you that seminar
Yes.
doesn't work, right? Yes.
Correct.
So don't
There's
stop it. Just prove them. Yes, Cesar, go, because you're ready to say it.
there's always that's the thing. There's always going to be people that are gonna say, "Oh, that doesn't work." That's okay.
Always.
Don't listen
Someone
to
always,
them.
yeah, someone always has something to say. But if we go back to that story of hers, 12 people told her, "No, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna be. This is not. This is dumb. Probably this is not correct, or whatever the case is. Whatever they told her." And that's
Yeah.
the same thing we see in our business. Like right there, Cheryl, when she mentioned the open houses. I know a ton of people too that say open houses do not work.
9-9.
They
And they
will.
done.
That's crazy. I have a story to share as well in
Go ahead,
regards to
Priscilla.
that
Let me finish,
outdoor.
please. Let me finish. I
Oh,
just want
sorry,
to add
Cheryl.
something
Sorry.
else.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Something else, I promise. Let me lower my hand. So with that being said, is just if somebody tells you that it doesn't work, just don't listen to them because they're not doing the open house. They're not doing where you
They
wanted to
don't
get.
know.
Just focus on the one who's
Yes.
actually is doing it and look at them and how they're doing and they're doing good. And if you tell me that doesn't work, look at my numbers and let me show you how open house needs to be done so you'll win.
Good one.
So, um,
Yeah,
and the
she
same
put
with
it out there. Look at my numbers.
Yes. I'm
well,
showing you.
I'm just saying that it works. It's just that it's not the same as about like people telling you, yeah, it works. No. Let me how you do it. And the same with seminar. I know people that are doing amazing with seminar. Just look at those people, what they're doing, and replicate it in your own way. And I promise that you will do amazing with the seminar if you focus on that. Don't change. Don't try to get another lead gen. Just focus on the one that you think it works for you, that
Mhm.
your heart tells you, and do your 110,000%.
Amen.
Talking
Yes.
about seminar, we have doing now next week. So what a best way to
Get that
really prove
momentum
that.
going. Get the
Yes.
momentum going.
So the story that I want to share, when I was reading this, Cesar was doing research and it hit home for me because I had one of my daughter's friend who, has been friends for her for 10, probably almost 10 years or so. They're 15, 16 years old. And when I met him, he had a vision of writing. This is a mild autistic child who loves to write. And it took me some time to be able to kind of like, and I hate to say it, tried to convince his parents that this is the gift that he had and the talent. But his parents were more into saying, who makes money writing? And I was like, oh, with the new AI now, he's gonna starve. He's gonna, he's not gonna make any money. I'm like, you gotta, no matter what your vision is, especially for a child, you gotta believe on your child to help them become a better person. So long
Amen.
story short, think in consideration is mild autistic. And if you familiar with mild autistic kids, they tend to focus on one thing at the time, which it makes incredible
Mhm.
focus, laser focus, and they finish any task to start versus someone I consider myself a high level ADHD. I start one thing, I have so many tabs open and it's really hard. It makes it extremely difficult.
Many of us are that way.
So especially in the real estate business, I think like 99% of us has that condition that we just had too much stuff going on. But long story short, I was able to speak with the parents and really share some of the stories. So when Sister V share, this is one of the stories that I share with them as well to see the future of his child, other child. Today he's 17 years old. He's about to graduate high school with honors. And he got a full ride scholarship now to be able to go to school and become a writer.
Nice.
He already had 3 books that he's worked on, and he's in the search to look for a publisher. So again, going for
Very
a
nice.
autistic, no verbal child at one point to where he is now. All you got to do sometimes is just look at to write it down and trying to see where you can go with that. I mean, he got the biggest obstacle, which is your parents sometimes could be a huge obstacle, not believing in the vision. And this is why I feel like us, we're doing this exercise next week with a vision board. Take it serious because you can really put your thoughts, put your future in writing, and then be able to also help, create that vision for you. Don't have it. Let's help you create it and let's help you get there because it's possible.
Correct.
Well, I love those stories because there's so many of those type of stories that we just don't hear it. We don't hear the bad stuff. And those are the stories that actually allow us to kind of make that extra step because like, man, this was Priscilla's story. He was nonverbal, autistic, and on top of that, his parents said they didn't believe in him. So
Imagine that.
So imagine
Pero
how
he's intelligent. Autistic doesn't mean he's not intelligent.
No, I know, but we're not talking. But remember,
we have the concept that he has some incapacity. He cannot talk.
but we're not talking about his
some
incapacity.
kind of autistic, pero he's brilliant.
Yeah, we're not talking about his intelligence, but we're talking about the circumstances that he was in, that he still believed in his intelligence to continue moving forward. That he didn't allow that circumstance of his parents or to tell everybody telling me he's autistic, everybody telling me he was nonverbal, to believe in that circumstances, that he had a stronger purpose to move through those circumstances because
he find a way to communicate himself through the writing.
Correct. But he believed in that. That's the whole part about it. Because if we go back to the story, she didn't write because it was easy. She wrote because she had to. She had to. Just like him, he had to. Just like us, when we're in our real estate, we have to do this. We have to get ready. We have to, do those calls. We have to go do those open houses. We have to go meet people. But sometimes we allow the circumstances to kind of keep us away from our purpose and keep us away from what we're supposed to be doing. And that's a great transition to our next point, which we're going to get to everybody's hands, which is, I believe, is the strongest one, which is faith over fear, and which is the big one. Before we get into that one, we're going to take 2 more minutes to get some of these hands. I know Eric had his hand up for a bit. Go ahead, Eric, really quick.
Okay, this is more towards like what Cheryl was saying, that nobody wanted to do it, nobody believed it, and she proved different. It works for her. But for me, it was, I've been in real estate really, I actually got my first license back in 89. So I've had, 89, do the math. And I've had, I've gone through all the things. There you go. And to me, due to divorces, all kind of things, I had to go get a regular job. To me, a regular job is insurance adjuster at Geico. Which was like, I felt like caged. It was, I mean, it's a great job if you want to just sit there and get, it's a great for life. It's one of them jobs, but it's not me. But I needed to go back to real estate, and I had to convince Marina, my wife. And because I had to do this, because I know I could do this. And the way I did it was, I talked her into, let's get a home equity loan. We did the numbers back then. I think it was 08, 09. We needed $30,000 just so we can pay mortgage, car, electricity. That's for the year. Food, we created a budget. And I told her, look, allow me to get the money out. We took the money out and I quit Geico, and I'll do I'll do a whole year. And if I can't make it, I'll go back. I took like a leave of absence, like a sabbatical. And I never looked back after I did that. Here I am today. You have to believe in yourself. I mean, I mean, it was like, and she was scared, but I told her, here's $30,000, and that calmed her down. Go ahead and break it into 12 months, and that's how we did it.
And I can imagine
Because
how
you
was
got
it to do real estate back then in 89.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it was, nobody told me the world was going to come to an end in 2009. But the whole thing is, if this is you gotta do it, and you gotta bet on yourself. Okay.
Good job.
Yes, you do.
Good job.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Eric, because you mentioned something that she was scared. That was your wife, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So she was scared because the thing is that fear is like it's something that we all deal with. So is fear something that's never gonna go away? It's something that is just part of life. It's fear. There's things
normal.
that we're gonna deal with, and what that does is it kind of whispers in our ears. What if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't do this?
Boy.
What if you do that open house and no one comes up? What if you talk to that person, they tell you no? What if you actually get into the deal and then the deal doesn't go through? Those are the little things that fear is playing in your mind, and these are the things that we kind of have to reframe and ask, okay, what if it does? What if it does work out? What if I do go to the open house and I get 20 leads? What if I go to what if I did talk to this person and it turns out to be that one lead that made the difference? So that's the part about this, that we have to overcome fear. I wrote this down because I when I read it when I was doing all this stuff, when I was doing the research for this. It was real cool. I love what it said. Belief is the ink that keeps your story alive when the world runs out of pages for you. That was really good. I love that. It sounded really good, and I wrote it down so we can share it here. I love that. Belief is the ink that keeps your story alive when the world runs out of pages for you. I think that was.
That sounds like
Powerful.
the topic of
Yes.
for the child that I mentioned is called "Believe in your vision even when others can't see it yet."
Exactly.
Can I have that?
Very good one.
I wanna add, no, go first, and I'm gonna raise my hand. Sorry, go. I wanna go,
Cool.
Mike.
Go.
Norma, you next.
Oh, Norma, you next.
Okay.
Go, Norma.
It's normal to have fear. We all have fear.
Yeah.
We need to battle to overcome that feeling, because this is a very human feeling. The resilience is, we need to be resilient. I will point it out, my daughter, Valentina. She's an actor. Like her, a lot of actors now, before making up, they had to be, she do auditions all the time, 3-4 auditions at the rejection. But that was her passion. This is her passion. And she keep going. Mommy, I'm doing this. I'm doing makeup and everything. It's a lot of work. And send it out? No. Oh my God, you don't look too Latina. You look too white. You look too young. You look too old. But she keep doing. And now she's doing a lot of commercials. She's so happy. She never give up.
Right.
No matter how, she feels. Sometimes she has anxiety. Baby, when you have anxiety, don't feel I have anxiety. No, I feel like I am anxious, but I can work it out with that.
Yes.
Correct.
And now it's incredible. She's making a lot of money in doing that, but she's been doing that for years. Like all the famous actors, she's been doing, all the actors you see now, they washing dishes, they're being rejected over and over and over. And now look at that.
Yes.
This is a very lesson for us.
Not
No
giving up.
matter how
Not giving
feared
up.
we are, I'm more feared than be broke. That
Yes.
Yes.
It's higher.
I have to make 4 calls, 5 calls a day. I have to do that
Correct.
because it's more,
Gotta be stronger. That feels gotta be
Yes, yes.
stronger. Yes.
Yes.
Cheryl,
Jorge,
go ahead,
go
Cheryl.
Awesome,
Thank
Norma.
you, Norma, for sharing.
Jorge was first.
Oh, Jorge, go ahead. 'Cause we're
Yeah,
almost-
I mean, based on everybody's story, practically kind of summarizes to the same thing, the resiliency. I mean, everybody, I mean, if you continue just pushing and pushing,
Yeah.
and what Eric shared with us, how he actually, I mean, he even went and got an additional debt just because he believed in himself. Not only him, but his wife too. So that support is, I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
unmatchable. You know what I mean? But he believed in himself. He said, "I'm gonna do this," and I think that if you stay focused on it and the resiliency and just keep on pushing, no matter what the noises out there, you're still gonna do it. It's, for example, what Cheryl said. I mean, you out of 10, 9 they're gonna tell you doesn't work. But I bet you anything, those 9, they haven't even done it right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct? They haven't even done it right. They don't even do it. They don't
Yep.
even do it, but they're good to opinionate about that. So
Yeah.
I think that if you stay focused, just believe in yourself, like Eric said, that's a big win for
Yeah.
anybody.
Right.
That's
Yep.
Yes.
Starts there.
It never
Starts there.
stop. Yeah.
Never stop.
Never stop. Never
Yes.
stop. And always remember. Always remember. Always remember. Go ahead, Cheryl, because so we can get to the last point.
Okay. I just want to say something that maybe you can relate. I never said this to anybody, and I'm saying this in YouTube stream and everything. So I want you to use this so you can use it as a fool. So when I started real estate, my own family but was beating how many months I will be in real estate. Like, oh, I bet you
Wow.
$50 that she cannot last even 6 months. And when I heard that, I said, watch me.
Wash me.
Oh,
There you go.
no, and I'm talking like this is serious, guys, because it was my dad and his brothers. And for me, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
It broke my heart because wow,
bet.
that's the way you see me. That I'm only last 6 months in real estate because of the statistic. Because I understand, I know before that time, it was in 2017. The statistics was like 70% of the agent they don't make it for the
Wow.
first year. Now it's
Mhm.
85. It went up.
Mm-hmm.
After COVID increased the amount and the statistic went up. So at that time, they were just beating. And for me, I use that as a fuel to say, watch me, watch me. And I
There
said
you
the
go.
only way this is not going to work for me, the day stop. I stopped doing real estate.
Oh, wow.
And,
I
and
didn't know that. I didn't know
I,
that.
I never,
Thank you for
yeah,
sharing.
and let me tell you, it's not easy. And I want to add a little touch to that, some people like Eric, we were talking about that the other day. When you're married, we need to align our
Yeah.
partner to our vision because it's
Mhm.
hard. You can spend
It's hard.
6 months, a year without just making 1 cent from
Yeah.
real
It's
Mhm.
normal.
estate.
Mhm.
But this
Mhm.
is a snowball. The way I see it, you just putting your seed in the ground and it's gonna rain. But you cannot do pineapples in 3 months.
Mm.
Takes a year to get a pineapple, right?
Mm.
But when you
Wow.
get it, you can do
I
piña
love pineapple.
coladas and all of that good stuff, right? So we need to wait until that happens. Don't stop just putting your seed, Wanda. Don't stop.
Like
Eric,
the
doing
bamboo,
the
like the bamboo, the roots take
wow, yes.
7 years to go
Yeah.
down.
That's a lot of years.
After 7 years, is no way somebody can knock that bamboo out.
True, and
Yep.
how much they cost also. But with that being said, we need to align because at the beginning, and let me tell you, the people that is gonna tell you cannot make it, they're not making it.
Exactly.
They're not. Don't listen to them. Just look at the one who actually are doing it and that you want to be like that person. And the reason I'm saying this because there's people, oh, you are not a good mom because you left your kids with another person so you can go back to work. It's because hey, for those moms that likes to be at home with their kids, I respect them.
Kudos to
I
them.
love
Kudos.
them, but I'm not them. And mommy needs to
Mhm.
be happy first in order that my kids can be happy too. So I said to myself, I need to do it because this is for me, and I want my kids to see that I still can make it. People, how are you gonna do it? Your husband doesn't have another job. You have two kids to take care. Open house doesn't work. There's a year full of nonsense out there. And I said, I don't care.
Yes.
Care.
How
There's
you
some
vision?
people out
Next
there.
time, don't say
Huh?
don't
Yeah, how
care.
you
Say,
vision?
did
There's
I
people
ask
out there
you?
who's making it, right?
Did I ask you
That's right.
something? No. Okay, shut up and don't say anything.
Exactly, right?
Tell them
Oh.
that. Nobody's business.
Yes, that's true. If you're very true, Norma. It's no one's business. But this is a great transition because what Cheryl just said about the whole thing with the kids and all that, because she understands that she wants to leave. I believe in the sense that that legacy of first hard work. Don't listen to nobody, because sometimes when we expect the people that are very closest to us are the ones that are going to help us motivate us, and sometimes, like in her example, they're betting against her. That's insane. That's
That's
crazy.
unique.
That is crazy. And she's still making and she's still doing it. And now she has a fulfillment inside. And
Mhm.
that rolls into the kids in the sense of in this, because she's not saying that she doesn't take care of her kids. She takes care of her kids,
Yeah.
but she's putting a legacy in them already with the
Es
hard
que
work, resilience, all of that.
Everybody,
And the part I wanted to bring up, because this brings us right into the next point, which is the last point before we wrap up, is the keep writing even when it hurts. We keep writing. Well, this is related to her book. So it's the whole writing for us is keep pushing even when it hurts, because there's an example here. Even
Seminars.
seminars, everything, anything that's gonna active is gonna produce you income, that's gonna lead you one step closer to a deal. You have to be doing it, because one thing, I wrote this down in her story. She used to go to the cafe with her baby stroller beside her, with her baby stroller. And it's funny because the person that was talking right now was Cheryl. Me and Magda, because everybody knows I'm Magda's husband.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Just so everybody knows, we've done open houses together. And when she didn't have babysitter, where were those kids? Those kids were right there with her
In the
at
open house.
at the open house with her. And we worked with each other in the sense of, okay, you take one, I take one. We help each other out because we're on the same boat. We're on the same track. We're all trying to get to that one to the next level. We're all trying to get to our goals and the dreams that we've established for us and our families. So that just shows you right there resilience when it comes to that. Because sometimes resilience is not glamorous. It is not glamorous. Is persistence in motion. We have to stay in motion, in motion, in motion. And that's why it's so important that we can't fall to our circumstances, because it's not always going to be glamorous. It's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be. During the time when I was when I came into real estate, I used to live in a room. I had an apartment. I had to go to a room because I wasn't making the money. I had to live in a room. That was uncomfortable. That was very uncomfortable. And if I share, and then there's other circumstances I was going through as well that make it even 10 times harder, at that time in my life. But this is something is, even when it hurts, we have to continue pushing forward. We have to continue writing, because no one's going to go write that page for you. And when it comes to this, no one's going to call that lead. No one's going to do that additional open house. No one's going to do that seminar for you. So we have to continue writing, because no one else is going to write that book for you.
And Cesar, what you mentioned that, the effort that you guys did between you and Magda and even Cheryl, everything you guys are doing is with a purpose. And what was the purpose? To give a better life to your kids. Because at the end of the day, what is going to happen is you're going to be, if you're really making it, or while you're making it, and you're actually increasing and becoming even better and better every day, pretty much actually you're going to provide a better quality of life for your kids as well. And you're going to be able to spend more time with them. So people, leave out the noise, block them, and just continue doing what you're doing.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen.
Yep.
All right.
So as we're wrapping up, because I know we have 5 minutes, we're still live, and we got to get off the live in a minute because the Spanish goes on in a second. So we want to leave with a couple of things. This is a quote directly from her, from J.K. Rowling, that she said, Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. So the truth is, resilience doesn't remove difficulty, it transforms it. It transforms it. And that to me, like the rock bottom became her solid foundation. That was that was that was so impactful because of the fact that, you know, she was literally at the bottom, ready to give up, ready to give
Yes.
up. But
Yep.
that circumstance allowed her to stay strong and deal with the other difficulties that she was going to deal with as she got to the next level, to where she, because remember, as we continue growing, difficulty doesn't go away. Things may get harder, but the way we've dealt with it and the foundation we've established with dealing with those circumstances allows us to continue moving forward in those moments that are going to be even more difficult. So that foundation is solid. So keep going. So this week, you know, as someone said in the YouTube right now, said someone mentioned, I forget, Ace Vive Orlando, Florida. Continue writing, because you have to continue keep showing up. You have to continue believing that the chapter that you're preparing for you, that's preparing for you, is the one you've been praying for. So that is something that you have to continue writing and believe in that chapter that you've been praying for. You have to continue believing in yourself and power through those circumstances, because we're going to go through them. We're going to have that faith to overcome those fear and keep writing, even if it hurts this week.
Amen.
Thank you,
Amen.
everyone. Thank you, everybody, for being here today.
Thank
Just a friendly
you.
reminder, this Friday, we won't have Leadership Friday as
Yes.
we're going to be away, but we'll definitely see you next Monday. Again, I hope everybody learned. I hope everybody got a little, 2 cents in there, because I think it helps out a lot just to start your week on the right mindset. Believe in your vision. Believe in yourself, even when nobody can see it. Believe in
Yes.
you. Again, guys.
Thank
see
you,
next
guys.
week.
Thank
And I
you.
hope
Thank you so
everybody
much.
have
Have a great week,
fantastic
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Have a great
everyone.
weekend,
Have an awesome
everybody.
week, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good weekend.
Yes.
Oh, we're definitely gonna enjoy.
Oh, yes.
Send pictures.
We will.
Yes, 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 yes.